To go. Sir, it's time to go. Come on. I know you're having fun, but it's time to go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Give the ball to someone else. Give the ball to someone else. Give the ball to someone else. Mr. President, give the ball to someone else. Give it to someone else. Give it to someone. Here. No, don't do that.
Let's spin the wheel again.
Rudi Lickwood, Althea, Nathan, Caton, Ransom Band Crew. Them up in the building.
Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests with special guests and you the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood.
Not all Polish people are builders. Secondly, Wembley Stadium was £75 million over budget and 4 years behind schedule. That's got British builders written all over. If you're going to be racist, just be accurate.
This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
Welcome. Thank you for turning up, man. I know. I'm running a little bit. I'm running a little bit late. You know what I mean? It was my bladder. My bladder was giving me problems. That's what happens when you reach my age. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Not that worried about the prostate or anything like that. I ain't got no problems there. I'm doing fine. I hope you guys are fine. I hope you guys had a brilliant day. Good evening to one and all. Yes, nice one, Spice. Rudi, guys and gals, how you doing? Astrid, how you doing, babes? Yep, you had me writing stuff today, Astrid. You had me writing stuff, didn't you? Every morning. Make sure you do 5 things. Write down your 5 things, Rudi. All right? Write down your 5 things. Yeah. It gets you off to a good way. What's this? What is this? We're a nappy. You're feisty. You're fiercey. You carry on. Hello, Jackie. How you doing, babes? You all right? At least Liz has been nice to me. Well done, Liz. You all right? Yes, people are starting to bubble. People are coming in. Keep coming, people. Keep coming. Blessings, my exercise button. Stop it. About way. Yeah, you're talking about 6 o'clock in the morning. You're talking about 6 o'clock in the morning. Antigua wants to do exercise at 6 o'clock in the morning, people. Do you know what I mean? Especially after all of those who saw her when she had her interview on Keep It Real. And she wanted to take me through her regime. She wants me to see the regime she had to go through in order to lose all those pounds. And I've got to congratulate you, though. Blessings R&B crew and everyone joined in for another fab show. I think it's going to be a wicked show today. I really do. I'm actually looking forward to it. More than you know. So yes, last week we had Paul Walsh, we had Lisa Miss Marshall, very funny lady, without even trying. That was the thing about her, without even trying. And it's not really about trying, it's just about being yourself. That's what I always say. The more you relax and the more you're yourself, the more enjoyable it really is. And the whole point of this, for people who don't know, right, is this is the Keep It Real show. This is where I get an opportunity to talk to people who link up with me early in the mornings for the Rudi Lickwood Rants and Bants with the Rants and Bants crew. This is where we discuss current topics or things that are on our mind. Obviously, it's been the pandemic. Do you know what I mean? We could have ended up talking about Trump not wanting to get out of the White House, or we should really call it the Black House because we built it, didn't we? Really and truly. And what I do, based on a conversation that I had with the regulars who was turning up between 8:15 and 9:15 in the morning, was to come up with this show called Keeping It Real, whereas I would interview them as opposed to just interviewing celebrities and stars. And then I stopped and I thought about it, and I said to myself, but at the same time, I've got a little black book and I could use that little black book. So I've decided that what I would do was I would interview the Rants and Bants crew, which is what they're now known as, okay, and also people that I've come across in my journey of being a comedian. So they may not all be comedians that you will meet, all right? They could be authors, they could be writers. That's author and writer is the same thing, isn't it? Could be an author, right? Could be a musician. It could be someone who does something for the community. You know what I mean? So it could be a variety of people, yeah. But today we are going to meet a new Rants and Bants member. Is the best way for me to put it. It's what kind of exercise you two are doing. Mind your business. You see, they're ranting already. They're so nosy, isn't it? Hush, way. All above board people, take your mind out of the gutter. Her mind is always in the gutter. That's out to these. My bad. We're going to meet a new Rants and Bants member, ladies and gentlemen. She's been communicating quite a lot, especially on the other platforms, the Anything Goes platform, where dilemmas and quandaries are set by the Rants and Bants crew. And as you know, I don't just bring them on with an introduction. I always like to give you a peek at them before you see them. All right, so let's have a look at our new Rants and Bant member. Look at that. We had to get that head of hair out of the way first, didn't we, Althea?
We did. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? So how are you feeling at the moment?
Pardon?
How are you feeling at the moment?
Do you know what? I'm feeling really good.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, because initially you were kind of like nervous about the whole thing, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, but no, it's good. I'm excited, actually.
Well, you're getting quite a few greetings are coming in for you.
Oh, hi, everybody. Do you know, I recognise those names. It's great to see them.
Okay, then you can actually talk to them. They will actually hear you.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, no. That's there you go. Now you're getting in there. Now you're getting
Hi, Denise.
There you go.
Denise, Francis.
There you
Claire,
go.
everybody.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it. So tell us now, where are you based?
Right, I live in Birmingham. I was born and bred in Birmingham. That's where I was born. Yeah. Born and bred. Yeah.
So have you ever lived outside of Birmingham?
You know what? No. No, always lived in Birmingham. Obviously, I've been other places, but no. Never spent more than a month away.
Only a month?
Yeah, that's the most I spent away from Brum.
What was that, for like a holiday or something?
Yeah, went to JA.
Jamaica?
Yes, man.
Yes, man. You sounded more like an American just down there. Yes, man. Yeah, man. I'm an American. I'm an American. Yeah. No, but you're just Bromley bred, aren't you? You're Bromley bred.
Yeah, so I am.
And both your parents?
They're both from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is from Maypen and my mum is from Shudley, Manchester side.
Manchester, Shudley?
Yeah, in Manchester, Jamaica.
You know what? I must admit, I've never been to Manchester. I've been to Jamaica.
Yeah,
but I've never been to that part. Look at that. Julie's happy.
Yeah, go on, Julie.
Straight away, they're noticing it. They're noticing it straight away. Oh my God.
They got Birmingham. Yeah.
Yes. This is Coach Astrid. Good to have you on the show, girl.
Thank you, Astrid. Thank you.
You go on. So, I mean, growing up in Birmingham now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What was you like as a little toddler?
Do you know what? I was a good girl. My mom always told me that I didn't know how to lie, so I was a good girl. started school because in the early 60s, and no, in the late 60s, and I wasn't much of a reader because I'd like to spend my time drawing pictures of little girls in uniform. It's always the same picture: a girl with long plaits, shirt, jumper, and a pleated skirt. And I'd spend my days doing that, and the teacher used to let me do it. So that's what I used to do. That's what I was like.
Just drawing.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. And then one day, my mum realised that I wasn't reading very well or at all, and she went to the school and said, you know, you need to sort this out because she's just not reading. I'm trying to help her with her reading, and you're not doing anything. And Tutus picked it up, and then I became a prolific reader. Read boys' comics, girls' comics, every kind of fiction books. I love books, loved reading, loved dictionaries. So,
did you read the dictionary? Did you actually read the dictionary?
I have on occasion read words from the dictionary, yes. I used to like doing that.
Okay, because I mean, the dictionary used to frighten me at first. I must admit, I was not a big fan of. I mean, you know, because like you used to have conversations, and the first thing my dad would say was, "Go and look it up in the dictionary. Go and look it up in the dictionary." Do you know what I mean? And around them times, them lot bought these big, massive encyclopedias.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Do you remember when he used to come round with those? I can't remember what that was. About. Yeah, them big books. The guy used to come to the door with them. Yes. I wonder if anybody's got any of those still.
I think people do. You know what I mean? I think, and then when the computers turned up, everybody was happy at the fact that they didn't have to go through those anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Google everything.
Yeah, because that's why I say I put my hand on the computer. When I put my hand on the computer, I say, you know what? I know everything. I know everything. Because all you got to do is
away.
Yeah. But then it kind of, because I thought you said growing up they thought that you might have been dyslexic at one point.
No, not me. I wasn't dyslexic, but I'm thinking that they didn't pronounce me as being dyslexic, but I'm thinking, looking back, maybe I wonder if it's something like that because I was slow in reading, and I don't know why. It could be that I wasn't managing the words. But the thing is, by I got to about 7, I was starting to read, and I learned very quickly once I did. So I have got an aptitude for words that way. So no, I personally didn't have dyslexia.
Okay. Yeah. But then you've always had long hair, though.
Yeah, I've always had long hair. My mom said I had a lot of hair as a baby, and just continued. So yeah, that's my hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean that by the time you hit like secondary school, you was actually doing really, really well?
How do you mean education-wise? Yeah. I was so-so. I did all right. What I was good at is English. I was really good at English. That's what I was good at. But everything else, I wasn't brilliant at maths. But you know, I did it. I did my exams and all that business. So.
But then that's quite an interesting card you got on the wall there.
Yeah, that was my very first Valentine's card.
And how old was you then?
I was 15, I think, 15 or 16. Yeah, a bit young.
Yeah.
but that was my first Valentine's card. And you can see, I thought I was really super cool.
Yeah, I can see that just from the way that you're standing up, hand on elbow. You know what I mean? I'm surprised you haven't got your hand on your bloody hip, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so really cool.
Did you have a sweet 16th birthday?
No, not really. You know, in our day, we didn't really have that, did you? You were just 16, same as 30. Did you?
Yes. That was a must,
mate. Party?
Yes.
I had a 13th birthday party, but I didn't have a 16th. What did you do on your 16th?
We had a massive party in the house, innit? We used to get all the big speaker boxes to come in and everything.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't really have many birthday parties. I had one when I was 13. I remember that one. And then I had my 40th. So it went from 13th to 40th.
Okay. So then when you left school, what did you do?
I did a YTS.
Okay.
First of all, I worked in a factory. Cleaning brass stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this girl there that a black girl, and she used to come in every day dressed up really nice. And I thought I really aspired to be like her. I wanted to work in the office. I did say to her that I'd like to work in the office if I could, but there wasn't room for it. You know, it was just one member of staff and the bosses and that. So there wasn't, unless she left, I wasn't going to get in. And but I really wanted to do that. So I went to interviews meanwhile, and I went on a YTS at a school just up the road from where I was working. And that's how I started. That's how I got into office work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what were your aspirations around that time, or you didn't know at the time?
Before that, I always wanted to be an air stewardess, but like a lot of us in those days, the teachers were quick to put that out of my head, and I believed them. So I didn't aspire then to want to do that. So it was learn to type, and I learned to type. So, you know, office work seemed to be the way forward. But I've had some really nice jobs, nice office work. You know.
Oh, I could believe that. But then it's not surprising that you would have wanted to be an air stewardess, considering that you were drawing pictures of somebody in a uniform.
Yeah, I think I really do like people in uniform, I must admit. So I don't know if that's where it started, but I really did want to do that job. I really did aspire to be an air stewardess, but they put it out of my head, so it didn't happen.
You know what? I think a lot of teachers crushed our ambitions at a very early stage.
Yeah, they did.
It's like they already had an idea of where we wanted to be.
Yeah, preconceived idea that we can only do this or we can only do that, and it's a shame that I let that, you know, change my journey. Well, at the same time, though, I don't regret it because I've had a fantastic work life, but they did change my aspirations by deciding what I should do. But I tell you what, when it came to my kids, when it came to my children, I made sure that didn't happen. You know, I really fought for my children when it came to education.
Because you married relatively young, didn't you?
Yeah, in my early 20s.
That's young, man.
Yeah, it is really. That's my husband, Alric. Yeah, with hair. That's him still again with hair. He hasn't got any hair now, completely bald. But I like it that way.
It's mostly all the hair has shifted to his shoulders and his bum and his legs. I don't know what it is about
it's just fun.
Hair, but men and hair, it seems to come off our head and cool down our bodies for some reason. Yeah, especially the Europeans. When I look at the Europeans,
oh God, yeah, they're so hairy.
Yeah. It just crawls all over their body. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quite a few of the people are saying that quite a few of them said they actually had parties when they were kids. I had a party every year.
Oh, did you?
Well, that's what Carol's saying.
Oh, yeah, Carol's saying that.
Yeah, but then Carol's just spoiled anyway. She's been a spoiled brat for a very long time, especially since I've known her. She's spoiled, man.
Well, look at you, Caroline.
Yeah, and Denise is saying that she did the YTS as well.
Yeah, YTS was really good.
Do you remember how much you got paid as a YTS? Because I remember exactly to the T.
Was it like £15 a week or something like that? I think it was about
£22.50 a week.
Is that what it was?
I don't know what it was in Birmingham because I know that, you know what I mean?
Should have been the same. I would have thought it's the same.
Prices vary. Well, I'm in London, isn't it?
Oh,
so you've got call waiting and all that kind of stuff.
That's right, yeah.
They would attach to it.
Yeah, so you probably did get more. I think ours was around about £15 if I remember correctly. Yeah. I enjoyed that YTS. Except for the time when the headmaster said, because it was a school, said to there was this telephone system, and I wasn't really very good with this telephone system. And a call came through, and I was putting this lady through to the headmaster. And when he answered his phone, he said, "Oh God, not that woman again! No, just tell her I'm not here. Tell her I'm not here." And so I pressed the button, and it went straight through. And she'd heard the whole conversation, and he came in. His face was blood red. I learned to use that machine.
Oh my God! That's, you know what? I think that's why I couldn't last in the offices and stuff like that. The way that people could and would talk to you. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I understand that you're learning, and I mean at £23.50, because Judy's Birmingham based as well. Plus she got a bus pass. I guess that tops it up to the £25.50.
I didn't get a bus pass.
They didn't like you. That's why.
Obviously not. I didn't get £23.50, and I certainly didn't get a bus pass. And Judy, you're lucky.
Astrid never did a bus pass. Went straight to work at the bank.
What bank, Astrid? Can you say? She can.
Don't worry, her fingers are quite quick and nimble, I must admit.
Good fingered, Astrid.
£26 something. Same YTS before my time, but I went straight to the bank at 16. She was in the
Another
bank.
banker.
That's spicy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so weird, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, because that's so weird that so many people worked in the bank, because so did I. Not actually physically in the bank itself. I was in one of the other legal departments. So, wow.
Okay, so which bank did you at? Okay. So then becoming a mum now and with a husband. So how many children did you end up having? If you don't mind me asking.
I had 3 children, and all 3 were in 3 different decades.
Okay, raw. All right, at least you spread it out. You planned it.
Yeah, spread it out.
In other words, you had it planned.
Yeah, I had it all planned. They were planned. First one wasn't so planned, but the others after that were. And it was about, you know, managing my finances, managing my life, and managing my kids. But, you know, looking back, I kind of think I wish I'd snuck a few in here and there. But, you know.
What, a few more children, you mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded, really. Now. Looking back.
Okay. And so what was your expectation for your kids when they were going through school? What did they go through? What did you have to go through?
My youngest had a health issue, so he used to miss a lot of school. So you know, I helped him with tutors, because I mean, it was a case of he's not in school that enough for him to get all the education he needed. So I helped him out with tutors, and that was really a big help for him. My daughter, I also helped with tutors, but the school would, again, try and curtail her aspirations. And I remember once when she was in secondary school, just coming up to her GCSEs, about 3 months away, and she was saying, Mom, the teacher keeps giving me the information and the materials to get a C, but I want to get an A. And, you know, she's going on a bit, and eventually I said, what are you saying, Rochelle? What are you saying? She said, they give me information to get a C, but I want to get an A. And, you know, it's not fair that she feels that they're devaluing the work that she's doing. So it came to parents' evening, and I went to the school, and, you know, I had the nicest pie. Hello, Mrs. Hamilton, your daughter is so lovely. Do sit down. I didn't sit down. I stood up there and I said, this daughter wants to get an A, and you're giving her the information and the materials to get a C. I said she doesn't want to get a C, she wants to get an A. If you give her the materials to get an A and she falls back to a C, that's fine. But you only give her the information to get a C and she falls back, you're talking D, E, even maybe on where they're not qualified at all. I said, that's no good to her. She wants the material for an A, so I want you to give her that. And I said, in fact, and I stood up in the hall, you know, I said, in fact, I want this school to give all these children the documentation and the information and materials to get an A. They don't want C. I said, none of them want a C. They all want A. If they drop back to C, D, whatever, that's their doing. But you have already done your job to get them an A, and that's what I expect. So a few days later, so I asked her to give her the information and the documentation that she needed. She came home with that. And, you know, that's 3 months she had to study from getting a C. I think she was rated at a D at that time. From a D that they rated her at, she got her A.
Right. Okay.
In fact, having spoken to all the teachers in a similar line, she managed to get herself 15 and a half GCSEs. And I hardly know anybody with that. She did really, really well. But that was me fighting for her education. I've had to fight for all my kids' education, actually. I've had to go up to the school for, you know, to get them to do what they need to do to get them
But
their
do
education.
you not think that's the advantage that we had, in the sense that we actually went through the educational system and we knew that the low expectations they already had of us?
Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely,
You know,
definitely. And I wasn't going to let it happen to my children. But each child you learn. By the last child, which is my youngest, is 18 now. The nursery, now this goes back to nursery. The nursery teacher said that she was writing the report for him to go to school, and in her report she was putting that this young man likes to play with the dinosaurs in the corner rather than work. Do his work. He would. He's most likely going to work with his hands. That's what she told me.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay. I didn't even say anything to her. And I went and sorted out a private school for him, which my mum helped me with, because not that I was rich. It was that a case of, if she's going to put that in the report for him to go to any other school, they'll just mark him with that and curtail him all the way up. So we sent him to private for that. So the thing is, when she came to me then and she said, oh, so what, can I have the details of what school you're expecting your son to go to? And I told her. She said, but that's a private school. And I said, yes, I know. And I said, that's on the back of the fact that you are already marking him down. When you don't know what he's going to be, but you're telling this little 4-year-old that he's only going to work with his hand. I said to her, did you take the time to find out if he could read or write? And she said, oh no, he just likes to play in the corner. I said, did it ever occur to you that it could be because he's bored? Because that child at 4 years old could read.
Well, the thing is, I actually remember when I sent my children to school, they knew their ABC and they could count to 100. But by the time they'd gone through nursery after less than a year, all of that was gone.
Yeah. Well, my son knew his alphabet from he was 2 years old. That I taught him that straight off. So reading, coming up to 4 years old, he was quite fluent. And when he started school, they were saying how they thought the nursery school was brilliant because this young child's coming with all this knowledge. I had to tell them, no, that knowledge came from his mother.
That's right. That's right.
Don't give that nursery school any credit. But we do find that we have to fight for them when it comes to education. You've got to be there for them. It makes all the difference. And I find that it does. Yeah.
Because this is this, and this is.
That's my oldest and his daughter. So that's my granddaughter.
Whoa. Yeah, granny. Yeah, granny.
Oh gosh, I've got 5 of them, I think. Yeah, my granny.
You got 5 grandchildren.
Yeah, I love every one of them. They're beautiful. And that girl was one. Ooh. Pulled up my headphone.
That young lady was one of these young ladies. That's your granddaughter, yeah?
Yes, that's my granddaughter. I think that was her 16th. She had a sweet 16th. And that's my son.
Okay. Whoa. Because I've got an image here of your mum.
Yeah, that's Big Nanny. So if anybody's heard of Big Nanny, that's my mum.
That's your mum and your sister, yeah?
Yeah, my sister.
And where were you guys at the time? We
were at an awards ceremony where my mum had won most inspirational person. I think that was 2017 or 2018. Can't remember quite which one. They would remember. And that was for the products that we do.
Okay, because the thing is that your mum actually, if I'm correct, won several awards. Yeah,
she's won 4. She's won 4 awards and nominated for countless. We were nominated for the MBCC awards as well. Okay. So, and she was a finalist there.
Okay, and why was she offered these awards?
Because she has been making her hair products for over 68 years now. They've not been on the market 68 years. We've only brought them out in the last 3 or 4 years. And they do what they say in the tin. They really do look after your hair. I mean, I've always had long hair, but I've always used my mom's products. I was born into her products. So, and it's just what she does. people liken her to Madam C.J. Walker. Her story.
Yeah, because when you mentioned that to me, that was the first person that actually came to mind was Madam Walker, because Madam Walker was the first female black millionaire in the US.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think it's so funny because when Madam C.J. Walker, the film, came out on Netflix, all our customers were calling us to say, "Oh my gosh, have you seen that film on Netflix? It reminds me of your story," and it was really nice that they held us in that such high esteem. You know, it was really nice. Mummy really liked that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, because when I came across this image, I thought, what the hell is going on here? What kind of madness are going? Do you know what I mean? And once you started to explain to me that, because I think your mum came over in 1962. It was 62 she came?
Yeah, 62.
Yeah, and she was making oils from back then, if I'm correct.
No, she was making oils from she was 13. She was making up her hair products when she was 13. When she came over here, she got what she needed and she started it again and just continued. So she's always made our products.
Okay.
I remember in my 20s, I got bored and I thought all my friends are going to the shops and they're buying oil sheen and they're buying Dax and they're buying, you know, all these different products, and I want to go and buy stuff as well. So I did, but I don't know if I wasn't looking after it properly or not, but my hair would always fall and I'd have to come back to my mum's products to fix it back up again. And then I'd go and use something else and the same thing would happen. And then one day the light bulb went on and I realized that if I have to come back to my mum's products to fix it back up so that I can go, where am I going? So I didn't veer off it again.
Yeah, but at the time, but I mean, at this time, if I'm correct, you're now working in a bank in a legal department.
No, not now. I was before I started this. That was
so
all.
You're not, so you've actually taken on your mum's project.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You're pushing that forward.
Yes, yeah. So I don't work in the bank anymore. Yeah, stopped about. Oh gosh, I think it's about 3 years now that I've left there.
But you was in the legal department? You was in the legal department?
Yeah.
And what I found interesting was when you told me how many suits you had.
Yeah. I had 23 suits.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I had 23 suits. And it's funny because, you know, it was a legal job that I was doing, and I would, you know, you'd have to wear these suits anyway to go, because I used to go court and everything. And looking back now, you see, I've got my hair in plaits here. You know, I wouldn't have my hair in plaits then. It would be straightened. I'd have my hair straight, had on my suits. I remember one day actually coming into work, and there were some black ladies there that did the cleaning and that. And it was summer, and I came in my dress and I'm walking in. I said hi and everything, and the girl just gave me this look up and down as if to say, I don't know, she must think she's better than me or something. And I really didn't. It was just how you felt that you had to look to be working in a place like that. But you know what? The week before I left, I plaited my hair like this. I released myself. I went to work just like this, released myself. They did, oh, your hair looks like that touch. Look, but don't touch.
Okay, so you ended up, so you're actually now running your mum's business, as you say.
Yeah, that's us. Me with a bit more weight on, but yeah, that's us. That's my mum in the middle. That's my granddaughter beside me, and my daughter, and then my sister on the far right as I'm looking at it.
So is you know those, when we saw your mum with the trophies, is that what the multi-award winning was for? Big Nanny.
Yes, it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got best black product of the year 2018, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's quite impressive. Because people are now asking this. They're all wanting the link.
Oh, thank you, Antigua and Alison, for putting that up. Yeah.
I mean, they've been asking for quite a while, to be honest with you.
Oh, right. Sorry. So maybe.
No. Yeah. So what you can do, put it in the private chat for me. All right. During when we swap over. All right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then we can put that out so as they can all get a hold of it. A lot of them are quite impressed. Quite impressed with the fact that you had 23 suits. I haven't had that many in my life.
Yeah, 26. And these are 23 usable suits. I'd probably have a couple that were on their way out that I'd have in the wardrobe, but 23 usable suits I'd have. Yeah.
Oh my
All
god. So that's quite
long pencil skirts, pleated skirts, whatever.
okay.
Trouser suits.
That's quite an impressive journey, man. I mean, I like the fact I like the fact that it seems as though you've gone from somebody who used to just be in the corner drawing pictures, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who wasn't interested in reading, to end up working in a legal capacity department, do you know what I mean? To the point where you end up having 23 suits, you know, very house proud, extremely house proud. I've got my washing machine on top of my dryer.
Yeah. Do you know what? I love that picture. I loved that at the time. I thought I was the bee's knees having my washing machine on top of my dryer like that. It still does look good though.
It does look good, man. It does look
good. Save so much space.
Yeah. And you've ended up with 5 grandchildren. I mean, one of them is
this is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is funny because, and you know, being from a West Indian background, people will understand this. But if I was talking to like our European friends, they'd just find it mind blowing. But that's my granddaughter and that's my son. And they are 5 months apart.
So grandson, and that's your granddaughter and your son.
Yes.
Okay. Because it surprises people when I show them my grandson and my daughter and they're same age.
Yeah, well, we've got the same situation.
Yeah,
people are
and they're in their 20s. They're
actually
in their 20s. Yes.
Wow.
My grandson's in his 20s. My daughter's there. She's in her 20s. She's at uni at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you've got quite a big family though. Your family's not small, is it?
No, it's not. It's not at all because, my grandmother. My grandmother used to make castor oil for her family and friends in Jamaica, actually. So I think that's where my mom got the love for doing her mixing. But my grandmother was one of 12.
One of 12.
So follow this, yeah. So my grandmother was one of 12, right? And her, she had 13 children. So she's one of 12 and she had 13 children. Her oldest child had 12 children. And one of her children had 17. So 17. That's just one, So that's just one little side. So when you imagine all the rest. So if you're named,
basically you're saying that basically you lot are the parish.
We are Jamaica.
You are the parish.
So if you're named Thomas, you are likely to be related.
Oh my God. I saw Jamaicans does breed. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? That means there's a lot of loving going on, man. There's a lot of loving going on.
Yeah.
But it really has been great talking to you, I must admit. Yeah. And knowing who Althea Hamilton is now. So, I mean, when I see the comments come up, we know exactly who you are.
It's me.
Very good idea. And even better still is the fact that you're competing in the hair industry, which is what I love. The idea that all the retail outlets are owned by Asians.
Well, this is it.
Yeah, but then the thing is that maybe your mum wasn't as pushy in terms of she can produce, but then there's the marketing angle of it all, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're getting out there. We're looking to we're online, so we've got our website, so people buy from that, and I'm trying to put us out there. This helps actually. Such an idea. Yeah, and we're trying to get into other countries. We're just sorting that out. We're sorting out our shampoos and conditioners. So I don't think it's going to be long, because at the end of the day, the products work. There's a lot of people that's come on since we even started putting it out to the public. But the reason why we haven't made the product to sell, we've not thought, you know what could we do? Let's make hair products. It's a product that already exists. And even if we stop selling it, it will always exist, because we'll always use our family.
Well, the thing is, like you said, you've got Madam CJ Walker, do you get me, as a forerunner for this?
Yeah, she's looking out for us.
Yeah, I do believe it is time that we talk about the industry. There's too much money going 180 degrees outside of our own economy.
Well, since we've started, there's been so many other brands that's out there. So many brands. People don't need to go where they don't need to go now. There is brands out there that, you know, can do the job. Ours certainly does the job. I mean, I'm in my menopausal age, and I've managed to keep my thick hair using our products. But some products out there that we don't make, not us, but we as a community don't make, sometimes hasn't got our best
interest at heart.
Exactly.
They don't.
They're not on about
raping us. We're just getting raped.
But we as a community, we know what our hair is at. We know how to look after it. So that's where we need to be going.
No, but that's where we are going, and that's what you're proving. You represent this.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, you and the others who are going down that path, you actually represent it. Because you could have stayed with the corporate world, but you didn't. Do you understand? It's not like,
no, that's true. Yeah.
You know, you weren't doing badly. I mean, we saw the washing machine, and we saw the dryer, right? We saw you in your own house.
Yeah. I strive to pay that off. You know, that's another thing that I did, was to. And you know what? If I hadn't have done that, my son couldn't have gone to private school. I wouldn't have been able to save the day in that respect. I put everything into just getting rid of that mortgage so that we could live. Because when you have that debt over your head, I found it to be just a worry. I just wanted to get rid of that. Once you've got rid of your debt, no one can take your house. It's just yours. So it was about snowballing. So for anyone that's watching, if you have any debt accumulating, or if you've got debt, if you pay off one, don't say, all right, I've paid that off now. Let me go and buy this. Let me go and buy that. Snowball. Use that money to pay off another debt, as if you never had it back. And you pay it off in no time. Within a few years, up to 5 years, you will pay off your debt. If you snowball, that is whatever you paid off, use it to pay off use the money from that to pay off the next one. So if you got a loan for £150 a month, you could do with that £150 a month, but you've gone 2 years paying off that debt without it. Put it onto the other debt, snowball, pays off that debt in no time, and then on to the next. Hi, Everine.
Well, you're gonna have to say hi and bye to Everine, I'm afraid, because we've actually run out of time. It was great. It was great talking to you. It was very stimulating.
Thank you, Rudi. Thank you.
Very, very stimulating. And I'm now happy that you've joined the gang.
Oh, thank you. I'm loving it. I love the gang.
Joined that you're happy the gang out, and I'm sure that we're going to see more of you. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday as well with 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and myself.
Will I be playing the Yes or No game?
Will you be playing? We shall see.
Because I'm good, you know.
Hear you. Everybody heard the boast, yeah? Everybody heard the boast, yeah? Everybody heard the boast. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop you out and say, well, that was Althea Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen. Another new member of the Rants and Bants crew, and as you can see, highly educated, very motivated, very aspirational. It's amazing the people who actually pass through when I think about it, you know. And I think you guys were right to say that it was a good idea to actually interview each other to find out what we're all getting up to. Now she's going to put the she's going to send me in the private chat. She's going to send me the link so as that I can put it out there for you, because obviously I know some of you have already looked up the product. It's on a fast like that. All right. there is the wait, let me get this out of the way. There is the actual name of the product. It's called Big Nanny's Hair Products. Yeah. You can even put it in YouTube. They've got interviews and stuff that they've done in there, and you can find out more about it. But I think what was more important was that we learned more about her and what she's about. You know, I mean, to leave the corporate world to decide that you're going to go and run your own thing. That's how you get your own legacy. That's how you create. That's how you grow. You know. But yes, I think it's time now for me to switch over to our next guest, who is somebody I'm very proud of, to be honest with you. He works in my field, the field of comedy. I know how I feel about my comedy. I love it. 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 So before I bring him on, allow me to first of all, oh my God, there's so many images here of this guy, but allow me to introduce you to him. How you doing, sir?
You good?
How you doing, sir? I'm good, man. What about you, bro?
I'm cool. I'm cool. This is lockdown has broken me.
Has it broken you? Oh my God! Don't tell me that you're on the bruise, mate.
Lockdown 1 was, I mean, that was okay, but now going back into lockdown, like I need help. So here we go.
You don't want to do that, man. I've got quite a few there's quite a few alcoholics in here, right? And I don't suggest you join them. I really don't. You know what I mean?
No, that ship has sailed, man. I've joined them. And any drinks you recommend, let me know because I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh my God. So how long you been doing comedy now, Nathan? How long you been doing it, bro?
Man, I've been doing stand-up 16 years, I think. About 16 years. Just over 16. Yeah. Or just over 16, maybe 16 and a half, something like that. But yeah, that started when I was 19. So it's been ages now, man.
See,
I'm a veteran already.
Yeah, because you lucky you started young. I mean, I didn't get into this game until I was 28.
Okay. No, but 28 is still young, though.
28 is
28
still young.
Still young. Yeah.
To get into this game, do you honestly reckon to get into this game, 28 is young?
Yeah, I think 28 is still young.
Nah, I don't think, because I think that you're meant to grow. I think you're supposed to. It's almost like you're meant to grow with TV. You know, like Philip Schofield and them kind of man. They kind of like grew. But then I guess stand-up is a different ball game, because you weren't always intending on becoming a stand-up, were you?
No. When I first started doing stand-up, like it was just a hobby for me. I was at university. I was doing architecture. I was gonna be an architect. You know, but at least that's what my family thought. You know, I was the first one in the family to go to uni, first one to graduate, and yeah, everyone was like, yeah, Nathan is going to be the architect, and then I chucked a curveball.
So they expected you to be this.
Yeah, yeah. Except that chicken shop I would probably own for making all the money from architecture.
Okay.
Yeah. They thought I was going to be, you know, the high-flying architect, making their money all around the world and stuff. And for them, because they knew I was doing stand-up, but they just thought, yeah, she's just doing it as a hobby on the side. And then when I graduated, I was like, I'm going to be a comedian.
And then you're going to be what?
You're like, but you're not even funny.
Okay.
You think I come all the way here from Antigua so you could run joke?
Did you hear that, people? He's Antiguan, okay? He's not a yardie, right? He's Antiguan.
Yeah, man, Antigua.
Why, him like him soca? He like his soca?
Of course, man. Love my soca.
Yeah, man. I'm a big soca fan, my friend, man. There's quite a few evenings going out to you, my friend.
Evening, everyone. Evening.
Oh no, they're individuals. They're individuals. You got Antigua, okay. You got Juicy Julia. They're all on the screen. You got Denise saying hi to you.
Evening, Denise. Evening.
You've got Tracy saying good night.
Hey, Tracy.
Astrid.
Yeah, Astrid, you cool?
Yeah. Don't worry, Denise is just mocking you.
Yeah.
She's just mocking you. You found a fellow Antiguan in the room as well.
Hey, big up. What's going on, Claire? Evening.
There's only the two of you in here now.
I know. I'm saying there's not a lot of us, you know. It's always like me and one other. That's it.
When was the last time you actually went to Antigua?
Oh man, it's been a good while, you know. Last time I was a kid, I don't know, for like 11. Last time I was in Antigua.
About 11. What?
Yeah, because I used to go like every other year with my grandma and my cousin. But then when I started high school, it just stopped. Obviously, yes. Gosh.
You were mager back then, bruv. Look at you.
I know. I didn't realize how skinny I was. Cheese and bread.
You were proper mager back then, man.
Man, I had to. Yeah. Well, obviously, since then I've eaten some food. You know, beefed up. Yeah. You know, get some dumpling down me. Go to the gym. Jeez. I didn't realize that. I'm a beanpole there, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, even the shirt collar looked too big to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, jeez, mate. I did not realize I was that skinny. I thought I had a bit of frame to me, but no, there's nothing there. But
never mind, Nathan. Never mind, mate. It's all right, mate. It's all right. So, what was you like at school? Was you the class clown? What was you?
You see, that's the thing. Like, people think because I'm a stand-up, I must have been like a clown when I was a kid. I used to be like the Joker. I was anything but. I was quiet, boffin, goody two shoes, teacher's pet. I focused, man. Yeah. Why do I look so vexed in that picture? Jeez. Yeah, that was me and my grandma's house when I was a kid. Yeah, I was a proper boffin. I used to hit the books. I mean, I'd muck about with my friends like in the playground, but in the classroom, yeah, I was on it. I was like getting
on it.
Yeah, I was getting good marks at the top of the class. I was you know the class boffin. Everyone knew me. Yeah, Nathan, he knows stuff. Yeah, I did my work, man. Because I was so petrified that if I didn't do well in school, my family would kill me. I was like, I used to just focus. So yeah, but then also I enjoyed like studies, like maths, for example. That was my favorite subject at school. I love maths. Like even now, I still like I see numbers and my brain just gets it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I watch like countdown and do the number stuff, and like I'm on it.
Okay, but then the thing is that your mum was into numbers as well, isn't it?
Yeah, she works as a credit controller, so I'm guessing that academic side I got from her.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree, you know.
Yeah. I know. I thank my mum for the maths genes, man. Thank you, mum.
Yeah, I mean, because I think you got to give thanks, man, because it seems like the matriarchals in your family have had a massive influence on you, because it even influenced your comedy, innit? A lot of your initially, a lot of it was based around that, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, my first decade in stand-up, it was just me. Everything that I was saying on stage was what I was just living in real life. So, you know, I'm still living at home with my mum. Talking about my grandma. My grandma's been like a massive influence on me, because you just her. Once you meet my grandma, if you met my grandma, yeah, that's my grandma, or Gung as I call her. Because
okay.
When I was a kid, Gung. Yeah, when I was a kid, I couldn't say Gran. It used to come out as Gung.
Okay.
And so it's something that it's just stuck.
You doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, Gung just stuck with me, man. So now everyone calls her Gung now. Like my brother, my younger cousins, you know, like her adopted family, you know, people from church. Everyone, Gung, you all right? You know, yeah, she's a larger than life character, you know. And that's sometimes I just like I'll call her like well, before lockdown. I would go around and just hang out with her because I know eventually she's gonna give me some gold, some comedy gold. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
And then she's well. Not only did she influence me in comedy, but in terms of like just who I am as a person, off stage as well. Like I spent a lot of time with my grandma. Like when I was a kid, like obviously after school, go to my grandma's and she'd look after us until like my mum came home from work. And like she instilled a lot of discipline in me. Like, you know, like education, that was her thing. You know, you come in, get a little bit to eat, change, go do your homework. You know,
go do the books, boy.
Yeah,
you
like my grandma's.
Sorry, I was going to say you were luckier than most then, because not everybody had their grandparents here. Do you know what I mean? Not everybody was able to, and and those that did, that was the way that we worked around having to pay the nursery fees.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
Yeah.
Nursery fees are extortionate, mate. I don't know. You haven't got any kids yet, have you?
No. My girlfriend's on it, but I'm like, yeah, just hold tight still.
Enjoy the money now, bro. Enjoy the money now, because once the kids don't come, the money gone, you know. The money gone. That's it. Yeah. All them meals and everything that you're going out on, gone.
That's the thing. I enjoy having a social life and that. So yeah, we're cool.
Yeah. So I'm saying I would say to definitely enjoy it. But the thing is, what I really enjoyed about your comedy, to be honest with you, was that you were coming from that educational of being an educated black man. You were talking about the fact that we can move forward. You were talking about the what you could see in terms of how society wasn't treating us right and that. You know, because you never really grew up on the black circuit, did you?
When I first started doing stand-up, I did both. I did black circuit and mainstream. Probably did a bit more black circuit, but then within a year, I was doing like predominantly mainstream. I didn't mean to, just the way just
I hear
organic.
That. It shows you. It shows
you.
It
just organically happened. In that I was getting more and more mainstream work, less and less black circuit work, and then black circuit.
But did you not find out? Did you not find also that your diary just did not permit you to do so many black shows, because promoters would come to you like 4 weeks before their show's gonna happen, whereas your diary was really maybe 6 months ahead of you.
Like I remember I did one there's one black circuit gig. I can't remember who the guy was. He called me the same day. He was like, bro, can you come and do a gig for us tonight? I was like, I'm meant to be like in, I don't know, Southampton or something, doing a gig, like a mainstream circuit gig. And he was like, how much are they paying you? I was like, why? And he goes, so I told him, and then he offered me like £5 more. I was like, nah, bro, I've got the gig. It's already it's been booked from time. I can't bail out for an extra £5. I'm sorry, bro. But black circuit gigs kind of eventually you kind of stopped calling me or stopped booking me, but I didn't need to chase it because I was getting so much mainstream gigs. Which I mean, I have no problem doing the black circuit gigs, but just how it happened naturally, where I was doing more mainstream. But I don't mind doing mainstream or whatever. I mean, for me, comedy's comedy. Everyone has to laugh, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and to be honest, I probably prefer a mainstream mixed crowd where you got black, white, Asian, everyone there, because
you could play everybody against everybody, then, innit? That's when
exactly.
That's when it's at its best, I think.
You know what I mean? You're getting all these different backgrounds, get them all together, and you got to make them all laugh. You know what I mean? Everyone's traveling in different lanes. You got to get them all in the same lane, and I like that challenge.
Well, the thing is that you more than just rose to it, because the first time that I properly met you was at the Leicester Comedy Festival. And I remember we was doing, I think it was Spiky Mike.
Yeah, legendary Spiky Mike.
Yeah, we was doing his gig. Do you know what I mean? And I saw this Nathan Caton, and I go, yeah, I remember working with him once before, but I never saw you do like an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember I think he was getting ready to go to Edinburgh then, if I'm correct.
Probably. If it was in Leicester, yeah.
Do you remember your first Edinburgh?
Yeah. It was we had the same room in 2009. The Pleasance attic, I think it was in the courtyard.
Upstairs in the attic, and that boiling hot room.
Yo, I lost so much weight just from standing in that room for an hour, bro. Sweat, bro. Yeah.
Because
I think I was on after you, innit?
Yeah, that's right. Because Edinburgh was meant to be it was almost like a rite of passage. In terms of you do the Edinburgh thing, yeah. And then if you get the Edinburgh thing right, you do, because you actually went on. You actually did go on, yeah. Because you went on to do, you did a radio show. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, the radio show came from the first Edinburgh, 2009 Edinburgh. So my first Edinburgh show was called Can't Tell Me Nothing. Then the radio show was called Can't Tell Nathan Kane Nothing. And it was basically one of the radio producers from BBC, or the head of comedy at BBC, sorry, saw me in Edinburgh, and then afterwards, because I was something different. Because Edinburgh, I know, is predominantly middle-aged or middle class
white people.
Exactly. Then I come along now, with a different perspective, different point of view, and I'm not playing the caricature or the stereotype that these middle-class white people think of black people. I'm giving them like a different point of view, but I'm coming from like an educational or
it is educational. There's nothing wrong with saying it, man. It is.
No. I don't sound like I'm more like I'm smarter than anyone else.
You're not. Because the thing is that we've got what I would call and it's not in a negative way. We've got our own ghetto type of humor, yeah, right. Which is the language that we would use the moment we step out the front gate, yeah, in between getting in the car and getting into work. Because once we step into work, we've got a different language. Yeah. And it's like you and Dane and even Mo to a certain degree as well, could take that language of what we would take into the office and bring it into the comedy world. Yeah. But what I find happens is that when you do that, you're out of sight of the black audiences. They're not aware of what you're getting up to.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear. Yeah.
Because I mean, you were doing. You mostly did the Leicester Festival. Leeds.
Yeah, I've done all of them places, man. Yeah, Leeds, Glastonbury, Reading Festival, Latitude, the most middle class festival ever. But I mean, as I said, comedy's comedy, man. If they're laughing, that's cool. That's what that matters. You know what I mean? So going back to Edinburgh, different face, different perspective. I was fresh. Head of comedy saw me, and then they were like, "We like you. I don't know what we're gonna do with you, but we want to work with you. Here's my card." So came back down to London, got in touch with them, and then we developed my Radio 4 show called Can't Tell Nathan Kane Nothing. And it was basically my life as in my early 20s, graduating with a degree in architecture, but choosing to do stand-up comedy instead, and how that affected my family life and how they reacted to my life decisions. I got 3 series out of it, which was great. It was cool. Enjoyed it.
What was it like trying to put that across to them in terms of that you're not a stereotype? Because that must have been difficult. Because
hell yeah. It was hard because, like, from my experience, being a black comedian in the UK, like the industry it can be so backwards because the people who are making the choices and decisions, like they're people who think they've got their finger on the pulse and they haven't. They're trying to tell us, what's popular. I was like, you don't know. Trust me, I know about my culture. Just don't try and tell me how I should think. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they try and put you in a box and pigeonhole you. Like, you got to be that way. I'm not that way, okay? I'm not in a gang.
That's right. I'm not in a gang. I don't take drugs. I don't knife up people.
You know what I mean?
Girls who are pregnant.
Exactly.
But they don't want you to tell that story. They actually don't want you to tell that. I remember once I did when I was going up for a role, and this guy actually a white guy wanted to show me how to walk black. Yes, bro.
I mean, okay, first of all,
demonstrated to me how I'm supposed to walk black.
First, what is walking black?
It's a good question.
Yeah, some of these people, man, I tell you, like, trying to put all these labels on us. It's like, I'm not that guy, okay? I'm a mummy's boy from Middlesex, all right? This is my story. Let me tell my story. and then like trying to try to develop the Radio 4 show for TV. And again, it was the producer I was working with, middle class white dude, who just didn't get it. I was like, dude, the story is about me having a degree in architecture and how my family reacted to it because I'm going to be a comedian instead. And he was like, well, we don't think that a mainstream audience would understand that. How about instead you're a police officer because black people don't like the police? I was like, fuck off, bruv. Honestly, kind of fuckery, man. So yeah, that didn't work out.
Okay. And is that why that series basically came to an end in terms of developing it and pushing it forward?
With that particular producer, yes. Because I wasn't prepared to go down that route. I mean, I'm not going to change my story to fit their narrative. It's got to fit my own narrative. So I'm developing it still now with a different production company. But obviously it's changed a bit now because now I'm in my 30s. Got my girlfriend involved and stuff. So it's more like coming of age, you know, like I'm trying to meet the right girl, settle down, you know, get my own place, not living with my mum anymore. So yes, it's more my life in the last few years.
Yeah. Which I think is a story that needs to be told. So is that ordinary kids can see that they can and will achieve at school and then move on into a middle class environment that would be black though. But tell me, what was this about?
That was a Nathan Caton show. That was a TV project I did when I was like 22, something like that. It was basically a producer saw me at a gig and liked how I was talking about family and like the characters I was talking about in my set. And she was like, well, could you turn them into characters for like a sketch show? So I did a pilot for Paramount, now Comedy Central. Yeah. At the time, it was cool. Looking back on it now, like it was too much, way too soon.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yeah. I was only 22, maybe 2-3 years into my career. Like I hadn't developed as a comedian yet, but obviously been that young. I'm not going to turn down TV, so I did it. But if I could look at myself now, I'd be like, bro, wait. Trust me. Get your skills, develop yourself, find your voice, then go for it.
I don't think a lot of people understand what you mean when you say find your voice. Can you tell me what you mean by that?
It's hard to explain.
I know.
It's oh, that's why you asked me, yeah?
Yeah, of course, because it's your journey, isn't it? It's how you did it. Because for me, it took me nearly 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, unlike yourself, I was constantly booed off the stage, and I kind of like struggled to, because I was trying to work in this Black British identity, right? That nobody really wanted to identify with at the time, even though we were all living that life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it took some brave bookers actually to put me on and allow me to say the things that I was saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Because did you find that as a Black comedian, they had expectations of what you should talk about or what they expect you to talk about?
That was it. That's the thing. Because when I started talking about going to the job center and finding no jobs there, you know, when I started to talk about the institution itself, the institutions that were governing us, they was like, oh no, you're going too far. It was like, know your place. It was like, know your place. But then because of the likes of Felix, you know, already sort of like knocking on those doors and kind of like saying, no, there is another voice. And then when the real McCoy came and he came out with those middle class characters, it was like all of a sudden they kind of went, oh yeah, I guess we can hear this now. You know, I'm gonna bring Althea back into the room, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Don't worry, girl, we ain't forgotten ya. All right? Ain't forgotten ya. We know that you know.
Hey, Althea.
Hi, Nathan.
There's quite a few people who are asking for you, actually.
Oh.
In fact, they're screaming at me. They're actually screaming at me.
Hi, Donna.
You know, but because the thing is that you also went ahead to do quite a few Vox Pops, didn't you? Like, for example, you went and started to do. I don't know why you supported that team, right?
Hey, come on, let's not fall out. Let's not fall out.
Like that. I don't know why you hurt yourself like that.
Hey, listen, I will log off. I'm a West London, Middlesex boy. Brentford, that's my local. So I keep it local, man. Keep it real. I don't chase the big teams, man. That's my teams. That's on my doorstep. So I've got to show them love.
Because you did, what's it, Soccer AM?
Yeah, Soccer AM, Premier League show, like a few football things that I've done. I did a few something for Sky Sports this summer because Brentford got to the playoff final. Although let's not talk about what happened. So yeah,
that's why I know you're depressed inside. I know you're depressed inside.
Fulham, man, fuck Fulham. But yeah, I'm a football geek. You know what I mean? That's apart from comedy, sports. That's my forte. So I've done a few football stuff.
And so, who was your inspiration when it came to the comedy? I mean, where did you find it?
When I first started as a kid, Lenny Henry was the guy. Well, he was the guy. He was the only guy.
The only guy.
Yeah, he was the only guy. Yeah. Because when I was a kid, I would just watch what my family are watching, and they're watching Lenny Henry, because he's the only black guy, they can relate to him. So I'm watching him like, oh, he looks like me. He looks like us. I understand that, So, I'll watch his stuff, just imitate some of his characters, the sleazy guy, the Mrs. Johnson, that guy. Yeah. Just imitate him. And then who else?
What was it like? So what was it like when you actually met him?
It was, oh man, honestly, it's an honor, and I feel so fortunate and blessed. Like when I've spoken to him a few times now, and he's so cool, and he's so like encouraging for like the younger generation. And he's talking about, he's like, Nathan, I want you and so and so and so and so, you guys to be the next ones coming through. And I like all the time he's talking to me, and in my head I'm still like, this is Lenny Henry.
This is Lenny Henry.
Yeah, like, bro, I was watching you when I was a kid, wanting to be like you, and here you are talking to me like we're peers. Obviously, he's like up there, and I'm just down there looking up. But the fact that I get to now work with a guy, one of my idols that I watched as a kid growing up, I'm like, yeah, I feel very, very blessed and fortunate to be working with him.
Because I'll tell you a story when I met Lenny, which was in Hammersmith.
Okay.
And I was down to do the warm-up for him. But for some reason, I don't know what it was, he didn't get the memo.
Oh.
Right? And he said to me, you're not going on before me. Seriously, just that was it. I got paid and everything.
Okay.
Yeah? But he said, you can go on after me. That's exactly what Lenny said to me. And then after that, he got me on a series of kiddie shows to do warm-ups and stuff like that. So that's that.
Okay, when he said you're not going on before me, was he vexed or something?
I don't know, bruv. All I knew is that in the green room, I had fruit, I had the sandwiches, I had the water, and all of that lot there. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, now I'm going to go and meet my big idol, and he just went, you ain't going on before me. And that was it. And I was thought, raw. You know what I mean? That's how we met. That's how me and Lenny met.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's how I felt at the time. That's how we met.
Shit.
And then when I reminded him of it, I goes, do you remember? And he goes, yeah, I remember. He goes, how do you reckon you got all them other jobs in the BBC? And I thought, I don't care. I wanted to go on before you.
Yeah.
But my intention at the time was to kick up the whole freaking place, just ras it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to kill it. You know what I mean? And then see wagwan. But then he said no. He said, no, you're not going on before me. I think it might have been because he hadn't seen me before himself. So it might have been a researcher who got me in.
Okay.
Right? Because it was whose agent was it? It was do you remember who Junior Simpson's agent was? She Sarah White. What's her name?
Lisa White.
It was Lisa White. Lisa White who got me in.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And he just went, nah. no. We want to be having that. And I thought, and then, you know, me and Nanny, after that, we kind of got on, you know, but obviously I felt a bit bruised.
Yeah. Understandable,
you know, I mean? Yeah, I did feel a bit bruised by it. But the main thing is that I like the way that you've developed. I like the way that you've grown, because now it's like, you know, you did this show, didn't you?
Yeah, that's just last month, man. For Black History Month, which was cool. It was cool. But here's the thing, right? Which I've talked about on stage, and I can feel like audience is getting uncomfortable. But my point is valid. Is that they only give us these black shows in October. No other times. Like the other 11 months, like in hibernation, why wait until October? Like, if they really want to like appreciate black people, just commission us all year round, not just like in October to make us feel like we're special needs. You know what I mean?
They do throw it at us like that, like we are special needs, and we're not. You know, because at the end of the day, when Ali G made the big push, you know, the black circuit was seen as being very, very bitter. Because basically he took all our nuances, right, and attuned it to himself.
Yeah.
You know, all the booyaka and all that kind of stuff. And the critics were all over it, the likes of Steve Bennett. Do you know what I mean?
That guy, man. Fuck Steve Bennett.
I hear what you're saying, bro. I think the thing is, like, these guys don't know. Steve Bennett he's a critic. Okay, and he writes. It's almost like he was seen. He's not anymore, but he was seen like as a comedy guru. But in actual fact, he was a failed stand-up comedian.
Exactly.
Who had the ears of all the producers and everyone. So it's like when we would go up to Edinburgh, what was the sort of reviews that we get off him?
Okay, so it was all like it was very much great stage performer, but material is lacking content. That's what we'll say. Like, you know, great energy, great caricature, but jokes, you know, needs to work on his writing, all that kind of stuff. Blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, if you don't get our references, don't get our culture and stuff, just go and see a different show.
That's it. They'd much rather appropriate it. They'd much rather take it and spin it and then call it their own. That's what I found, or at least that's what I've learned.
Yeah. No, they want you to suit their narrative. You know. What are you trying to say in this Edinburgh show? What's the arc? You know, what's the beginning, middle, and end? It's like, I'm just being funny. I'm a comedian. That's my job.
That's just being funny, but it always seems to come back to that thing that we've got to try 10 times harder. Did you feel that way on the circuit?
Oh, hell yeah. But even before I started doing stand-up, because that's another thing that my family drilled into me. You know, you got to work hard, and it's like you got to work twice as hard to get the same or half of what, you know, the white guys are going to get in anything you do. It could have been comedy, architecture, or whatever it was. You're going to have to work twice as hard to show them. And I guess probably subconsciously, it was drilled into me without me realizing. It wasn't until I was an adult, I was like, oh, yeah, I get it. I get it now. Yeah.
And even sometimes when you work twice as hard, it still doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
I remember even in my job, I was working with this guy, and he got all this accolade, and they were holding him up in high esteem. And then I look back at the figures that he got the accolade for, and would you believe that I surpassed them? I had closed more cases. I'd done this, I'd done that, and I'd actually attained more, but he got the praise.
Yeah.
So sometimes even working doubly hard, you still can't beat the system. But you've got to try. Yeah. Doesn't mean you shouldn't stop trying. You should always try.
Oh yeah. Just keep showing them, innit? Keep showing them. Yeah.
Just keep showing them.
I think that's what we always strive to do, you know. So have you done many gigs abroad? What have you done abroad?
I've done quite a few now. So I've done in Europe. I've done France, Switzerland, Germany, Dubai. I've done Canada for the Just for Laughs.
Oh, you've done the Just for Laughs. That is a big festival. That's a massive push.
Yeah.
That
I mean, I don't know how, but yeah, my agent hooked me up with that, and I got that. That was cool. I was on as me, Gina, Jimmy Carr, Sarah Millican, Sean Walsh. We're doing a British show, and yeah, that was cool, man. Did a showcase for them, and did a showcase also for Kevin Hart's online network as well. While I was in Montreal. So yeah, I've been blessed and fortunate. I've done a few stuff, man. I've done gigs in India.
What was India like? What was
that
like?
India's cool, you know. Like the audience there. I mean, the people are friendly as hell. Really are friendly as hell. And they were just like they were up for it because it was new to them. This concept of stand up. So like they would have anything you say. And then a lot of them have studied either like here in the UK or in America, so they got all the references and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
They tend to know English better than we do, funnily enough, which is
you know what I'm saying.
Weird. Did you meet up with Papa CJ out there? Did you meet up with Papa CJ out there?
No, I don't think.
Okay.
I think maybe I'd gone before he moved out there, but no.
Okay. Because I know that he learnt his craft here, and then he went over there, and he just went massive.
Yeah, he's a star now, mate.
Yeah, a bit like Russell Peters, another one who came over, reached out the black circuit, then took all his stuff back to Canada. Do you know what I mean? And incorporated it with the music as well. Yeah, because he was also DJing out there. Have you ever had aspirations to DJ?
Nah, man. I know my lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I just do jokes. Okay, like yeah, musically now. Like I did Don't Hate the Players on ITV2 last year, and we had to I had to do a battle rap. And honestly, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I was like, yo, I'll stick to jokes.
Because I do follow Don't Hate the Players, to be honest with you. So then why was you dressed up like this?
That was one of the characters for the Nathan Caton show. Yeah, just a traffic warden who took his job too seriously.
Okay.
But again, that's a point I was making earlier. Like now, I look back and I'm like, I wouldn't do that character now, or I wouldn't do this now, because obviously my comedy's matured and I've got experience and I've changed. But at the time, yeah, that was some things I was talking about in my stand-up, so I turned it into a character.
But I hear you say that you've matured, yeah? But in every other image, I see the Ninja Turtles. What's going on there? That last one from my mum, and that's my dad, right? Big on my dad. That was my 30th birthday party, and they surprised me. That was all them. I didn't choose the Turtles. They chose that for me. I wonder why they chose it for you, don't they? Are we currently in your brother's room? Are we because we can see Ninja Turtles on the wall?
No, this is my spare room / office.
Okay, look at his office though. Look at his office. Look at even the eiderdown's got bloody Ninja Turtles on it.
Mate, this is the tip of the iceberg. Trust me, I've got all Turtles figures up there and stuff. Turtles mugs, cups that I'm drinking my juice out. Yeah, it's just basically the Turtles were like the first kids superheroes that I fell in love with, and it just stuck. You know, like some things from your childhood just stick with you, and you got soft spot for it.
No, not really. No.
Oh, come on, man. There must be something. Yeah, I got a soft spot for Turtles. So, and people buy me Turtle stuff. Like most of the Turtle stuff, it's not stuff that I bought myself. It's stuff that people have bought me. But I just happily accept it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Accept that. I can accept that, especially once people know what it is that you like.
Yeah,
they tend to gravitate and sort of like send you stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
This is just like this is me in a nutshell. You know, I'm a big softie. You know, Turtles, football, mummy's boy. This is me.
Yeah, but you've done really well, bruv. I got to give you your dues. Do you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of kudos goes to the likes of Gina, and a lot of kudos goes to the likes of Mo, right? But it's people like yourself who've been going up and down for the past 16 years, actually opening up the doors. You know what I mean? It's like you've been greasing the hinges, so to speak. You know, because we've been asking for more black representation. And I mean, here's a classic example of you representing.
Let's spin the wheel again. Next subject is nightclubs. Who wants to come in on that? Nate.
Yes, so nightclubs. I've got to a stage in my life now where I'm not kind of a fan of nightclubs anymore. Like little things about nightclubs annoy me, like nightclub bouncers, for example. You know, you get those big, massive guys who take their job a bit too seriously, you know. They stand at the front and go, no, you can't come in, no, you can't come in, yeah. I said so, yeah. I'm here because I'm the boss, all right? I'm here because I'm the boss. It's like, no, you're here because you haven't got any qualifications, man. Don't get it twisted. Of course, I don't say that to his face because I'm not dumb, you know. I've got qualifications. The biggest reason though why I don't like nightclubs is because I don't operate well in nightclubs. Like, you know, like approaching women, for example. Like, I've got something in me that in nightclubs doesn't work. It's called manners. One time I was doing this gig, right? It was an out-of-town gig. I was staying over for the night, so I thought, you know what, I'll go to a nightclub, you know, check out the local nightlife. I'm in the club, I see this nice girl, very attractive, so I thought, okay, you know what, I'll approach her, right? So I walked up to her and went, hey, how you doing, you all right? You having a good night? And she went, idiot, though, you're trying to shut me up, yeah? Get me rotted, bitch, what are you doing, man? I'm like, well, I'm going to talk to you, man. Get me rotted, idiot. I was like, what the hell? Listen, look, calm down. Firstly, all I did was say hello, trying to make polite conversation. And secondly, you're a white girl in a nightclub in Cornwall.
I love it when you just tell it as it is, bro. I love it when you tell it as it is. You know what I mean? And I think...
thanks for reminding me.
No, man. Big up, man. Big up. I think my role now is just to big up you guys, man. All the you, them who's coming through. I say you, do you know what I mean? I say you because, what, I think there's got to be 20 odd years difference between us, if not more.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I really don't mind being a granddad. I really don't. But it's been a pleasure talking to you, Nathan. It really has. It really has.
Thanks for having me on the show, man. Honestly.
You know what I mean? And I honestly couldn't wait to get you on, just to kind of like say that we've got so many different facets to our comedy, so many different sides. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's about time that we started to see well-educated guys, you know what I mean, making their way through and not having to rely on the stereotypes. Because I can honestly say that you're not one of those comedians who do that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure that we're going to see a hell of a lot more of you.
I hope so.
I'm sure. Yeah. Do you mind me asking? I mean, I know you mentioned earlier on that you're talking about developing your show, but what else have you? Yeah. What are you considering? You know what I mean? Pushing forward with?
Well, actually, I was actually meant to be going to New York before Corona came. So I don't know. I'm trying to give America another shot, maybe when it's safe. Also, doing my own solo tour. I was meant to be touring in 2021, but that might get pushed back now to 2022. And then just various other like little TV projects that I'm writing for. So I've got my finger in a few pies, man. Just trying to see which one, starts boiling.
Yeah, so watch out for him, man. That's what I'm going to say to you guys. You got to watch out for him because he does pop up all over the place. And you don't get the obscure times. This is what I like about you. You don't get that after 10 o'clock thing where we have to catch you. It's like we have to get up early in the morning to catch you. You get me? or we catch you alongside your fellow peers who are white and middle class. You're actually right there in amongst them, and you're not dumbing it down. You know what I mean?
No. I'm just being me.
You know what I mean? And that's got to make your grandmother very proud, very, very, very proud.
Yeah, hope so. Finally.
So people, I think we've finally come to the end of this show. This show is actually overrun, which I kind of knew it would, especially once Althea started telling us about her hair. And then obviously because Nathan's got so much to say. But would you like to say goodbye to everybody before I take you out the room, Jet? So if we start with yourself, Althea, would you like to say, Althea, you know what you haven't done while you're out of the room? you didn't put down the you didn't give me the website details.
I think I did put it in the chat on Facebook. Is it not on YouTube?
No, I asked you if you could put it in the private chat for me.
Oh, I've only just found the private chat.
Okay, yeah, if you could pop that in there for me, right? Because I know there's a lot of people who want to know where they can get hold of and get in touch with you, yeah?
Yeah.
Because then once I've got that, see, this is the thing with live. You get me? You get to see everything. Which is okay. You little drunkard, man. Out of the bottle, you know. You could have put that in your Ninja Turtle cup.
I've got juice in here already. That's why. I don't mix.
Sensible.
You don't mix, no? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So let me give this to everyone because I know them want it. Even though I know that them lot don't really and truly need me to get to them, because there's people out there who fast and able to find that kind of information quick. But there it is. Big Nanny's hairproducts.co.uk. All right. So it will save you having to go to the Asian man and having him follow you around the shop. Yeah. You can go straight online and you can get it. All right. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would you like to say your goodbyes now then, Althea?
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on, Rudi. I absolutely loved it. Lovely to meet you, Nathan. Nice to see everything from the other side. Hi to my girls in the chat. And I'll give you my number actually. If you want to ring, 07 341 63.
You sure you want to give them your number?
Yeah, they can because it's a work number.
But they will ring it. This is what I said.
They can ring.
They will ring it, but it will be for private conversations. It won't be about.
No, if they want to ring about the products, I'll be happy to talk to them about it.
Okay.
But lovely to meet you all. Thank you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for joining us. Hey, man, big man, it's me and you now.
Yo.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep watching your progress. Do you know what I mean? And don't forget me when you're way up at the top there. Yeah. Don't forget me. Don't
we'll be on this. We'll be doing gigs together still, man. Don't watch that.
Would you like to say goodbye to everybody as well?
Yeah, goodbye to everyone. Thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Rudi, for inviting me on your show. If you want to catch me, social media, Instagram is nathan.caton. For Facebook, Nathan Caton, and Twitter is @Nathan Caton, all one word. I post up like videos and stuff that I'm doing. So yeah, follow me there. Otherwise, take care, guys, and stay safe.
Whoa. I think that was a good one. I really enjoyed that. It was like for me, it was like a breath of fresh air, actually. And I think you guys enjoyed it too, especially if Shugs is giving us a little shout. You know it went well. Good night, peeps. Liz is out. Look at her. She's got Rudi and Denise's own words. Hush. If she wants to give her number, let her. We don't stalk, yeah? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Love the story. Hold on. Caroline says, love your story, Althea. Quite inspiring. Rudi, looking walk. No, I mean, I look no walking up. Coming out, I've not. You know what? You're right when you say that. I most really am. I don't know. Well done, guys. Well, then that's been great. Well, that's the end of another show, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of another show. I thought I'd do something a slightly different on this one, on our way out, because not only is Nathan a comedian, he's very much in love. Look at that. Oh, very much in love. Yeah. So I thought what we would do was, because he does a bit of poetry. So remember, this is after the watershed. All right. So I thought what we would leave on was a bit of Nathan's poetry. So I'll see you guys on Friday. Rudi Lickwood, Rants and Bants on a Friday. And don't forget 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and myself. All right. So you guys stay safe and Please enjoy the promos. They are different.
Hi, I'm stand-up comedian Nathan Caton, and today I thought I'd try my hand at some poetry and spoken word. And so I've written a heartfelt poem, which is dedicated to all the couples who find themselves in lockdown together. This poem is entitled, I Love You, but will you just fuck off now, please? It's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't care. It's just that everywhere I go and everywhere I turn, you're always fucking there. In the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the living room when I want to have a sit. There you are, right on top of me, like a fly on a piece of Look, you're amazing. You still make me weak at the knees. I love you. But can you just fuck off now, please? It's not that I'm not there for you. Of course, now and forever. But I will stab you in the face with a fucking fork if we have to spend any more time together.
"15 Minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood, Saturday morning mayhem with two entertainment heavyweight. Join them with interviews.
Online, people are learning more on Facebook than they learn at school these days. So.
When I leave the room, you cannot say yes. You
Comedy
cannot say no.
and
I've
quizzes.
got child support money for you or something.
No chance of that, Babs.
Oh, no chance. Take it off from me.
You take away your baby, mother.
Oh my God. Don't feel bad, Anthony, though, because
I don't.
The milkman took her as well. The milkman did take her as well.
And
Julie, do your best, Julie. You ready, Julie?
I am indeed. I am indeed.
Say it, I am indeed twice.
Oh, I did that.
Hey, this is why nobody responds to your complaints at ITV. this is why. This is ITV and Ofcom headquarters.
Hello. Hi. Hello. You said hi twice. Goodbye. You said hi 3 times.
You gone. He's gone, man. He's gone. I hand the friendship penny because you know how they like their chicken soup and their chicken foot and all.
But that's where you come from, Rudy. You're straight. Hello.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood mornings. Now I'll be the same again.
And Jen.
And I'm waiting for a red flag there.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. You know what I mean?
Hold up. You just set me up.
He's a yardie. He's a yardie. He struggles with the English language. Apparently, he has a certificate in English.
The whole tiny paper drop, you know, tiny. What you gonna do?
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get the notification straight away. All right?